Good afternoon. I thought today we'd continue our adventures with, fortunately, The Milk by Neil Gaiman. We're following the adventures of Dad as he tries to get home to his kids with a bottle of milk for their breakfast. We have met some aliens and some pirates, and currently we're on a time-traveling hot air balloon with a scientist stegosaurus from the past. They've just pushed the button to make the time machine work. Let's see where we've ended up. I held on to the ropes as hard as I could. Fortunately, I was still keeping tight hold of the milk in my right hand. When we stopped being blown all across the sky, it was night, and according to Professor Steg, we had only gone back about 1,000 years. The moon was nearly full. I am even further from my children and our breakfast, I said. You have your milk, he said. Where there is milk, there's hope. Over there. That looks like a perfect landing platform for time-traveling scientists in floaty ball person carriers. We landed on the platform and got out. The platform stuck up out of the jungle and had flaming torches on each side. There were people standing on it with very black hair and sharp stone knives. Is this a balloon landing platform? I asked the people. It is not, said a fat man. It is our temple. We had a very bad harvest last year, and we had just asked the gods to send us a sacrifice to make sure that this year's harvest is better when you floated down in that thing with your monster. Thank you, by the way, said a thin little man. I was going to be the sacrifice if no one else turned up. Much obliged. So now we will sacrifice you and your monster. But my children are waiting for their breakfast, I said. Look, I held up the milk. Why did they all just fall down to their knees? Asked Professor Steg. Is this usual hairless mammal behavior? Perhaps I should hold up some hard, hairy, wet, white crunchers and see what happens. Coconuts, I told him. They're called coconuts. What is that you are holding? The fat man asked. Milk, I said. Milk, they exclaimed, and they prostrated themselves on the ground. We have a prophecy, said the fat man, that when a man and a spiny-backed monster descend from the skies on a round floaty ball person carrier, said the little thin man. Yes, one of those. We were told that when that happened, if the man held up milk, then we were not to sacrifice them, but we were meant to take them to the volcano and give them, as a present, the green jewel that is the Eye of Splod. Splod? He's the god of people with short, funny names. It is, I said, a remarkably specific sort of prophecy. When did you receive it? Last Wednesday, said the fat man proudly. The priest of Splod was woken in the night by a voice whispering from the heavens, and when he went to look and see who it was, there was nobody there. Also, he was sleeping at the top of the temple, and nobody else could have been up there with him. So it must have been either Splod himself talking or one of his angelic messengers. We walked together down a jungle path. Professor Steg held the rope in his mouth that led up to the balloon, and he dragged the balloon along. I think that's probably enough for today. Here's a picture of Professor Steg pulling his balloon. And now we've got a little clip from our Lego stop motion of the action for today. Keep reading along with us, and remember, you can check out your own copy of the book on our eMedia site.